Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. I am so incredibly thrilled to have you in our virtual science classroom right now. Today, we're taking our local environment and, well, we're turning it into our very own laboratory to examine something so familiar you might not even realize it's actually science. We're going to be identifying activities in our environment. So metaphorically put on your lab coats and let's just dive right in. To kick things off, I want you to do a really quick exercise with me. Just ask yourself, what's happening around you right now? Seriously, put on your observation goggles for a second. Take your eyes off the screen and just look around your immediate surroundings. Maybe someone in the next room is typing away on a keyboard. Or, maybe a family pet is stretching out on the rug. Or you just took a quick sip of water. Keep those observations locked in your head because they're exactly what we're going to be investigating today.
Moving to Section 1, Defining Everyday Activities. Let's quickly establish exactly what we're talking about when we look at our environments. So our foundational vocabulary for today is actually beautifully simple. Activities are actions done by people or animals. In our scientific context here, an activity isn't just a sport or a hobby, it is quite literally any action. If a person does it or if an animal does it, it's an activity. It's the active pulse of our local environment. On to Section 2, Activities in Action. Let's take that abstract definition and translate it into concrete things we see happening every single day.
Think about your daily routine for a second. We've got walking, cooking, playing, washing clothes. Have you or your family members done literally any of these things today? I mean, you probably walked to get to wherever you're sitting right now. Maybe someone's cooking dinner, or you played a game earlier, or someone's tackling a pile of laundry. These classic, everyday activities make up our lives. And on the surface, sure, they seem completely ordinary. But remember, we're in a science classroom today.
Next up is Section 3, the hidden science connection. Now we're going to look a little closer and view these totally ordinary activities through a scientific lens. You see, when we compare our everyday view of these activities to the scientific view, a whole new world just completely opens up. Every day, we just see someone walking. No big deal, right? But scientifically, we are actively using this incredible, complex system of muscles and bones working perfectly together just to move us forward. And instead of just cooking dinner, the science view shows us a literal thermal reaction where heat physically changes our food. Science explains the how behind the what. That brings us to Section 4, the big scientific idea. We've defined activities and spotted them in the wild, so now it's time to reveal the overarching scientific principle connecting all of this. Okay, here is the absolute biggest takeaway from today's explainer. Activities happen because of scientific processes. Nothing in our environment just happens by magic, right? There's no invisible wand making us walk or cooking our food. Underlying every single action you observed at the start of this lesson, there's a fascinating, logical, scientific process at work, making it possible in our local environment. I really want to highlight this exact quote from our source material today, and I want you to treat this as the golden rule of our science classroom. Every activity we do has a scientific explanation. Whether it's an animal sprinting across the yard or you simply washing your clothes, science is the secret instruction manual behind the whole shebang. It's just incredibly empowering to realize that the world around you can actually be understood and explained. Well, that brings us to the end of our lesson, but it's the beginning of your homework. Don't worry, it's a fun assignment, I promise. So, what scientific process is behind the next activity you see today? I'm challenging you to go out into your environment, observe an animal or a person, and try to uncover the hidden science behind their action. Are they using muscles and bones? Is heat changing something? Keep asking those questions, keep observing, and definitely keep learning. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I will see you in the next one.